Hey everybody, welcome back to the Comic Wall. It's me, the Outcast Angel, and today let's talk about issue 2 of Stellar by Joseph Keatinge and Bret Blevins. Now, after last issue where we didn't really get a whole lot of information about who Stellar was or what this war she was part of that practically decimated half the galaxy, uh, in this issue, we really get a whole lot more information about how she became to be and how her siblings came to be. As you remember in the last issue, it ended when Stellar got attacked by three other super soldiers, like dressed like her, but they're obviously, I would call them her siblings, just because they obviously went through the same thing she did, and we don't know exactly why they're after her. But in this issue, we find out because we start off directly after that issue where Umbra, Apogee, and Aphelion rush in to attack her and pretty much beat the crap out of her. She doesn't really hold her own that well. But throughout this whole fighting sequence, we're getting this flashback to a train station where a train's arriving full of kids, and there's a whole bunch of soldiers waiting for them. And when they unload the children, they scan them and they say positives on the left, and negatives on the right. And so here we see a young Stellar, a young Apogee, a young Aphelion, and a young Umbra, in which we find out that they're all or positives, but we don't really know for what. And then one negative. And then with the rest of them, since they've met their refugee quota, they decide just to kill them all. And that just gave me chills because it's so heartbreaking because I mean we've all seen this in history, you know. Anyway, as Stellar and the other three are fighting, they end up crashing into this, I guess, refugee center, and Stellar's saying, whatever you want with me, we can settle it elsewhere. There are children here and families. But Umbra says, my dear, I promise there will be casualties. There always were, there always are. What starts today ends with you. And all three of them attack her at full blast, and we get this just crazy color blending. It just looks intense. It looks absolutely amazing. And props to Bret Blevins. I read his letter at the end of this issue, and he puts a lot of passion into his artwork. And after reading that letter, I just appreciate his art to a whole new level. And you know, if he ever watches this, you know, I love it. I absolutely love your art, and I love your passion behind it. So, props to you. Anyway, Stellar's incapacitated, so Umbra and the others take her and put her in this, I guess, like stasis chamber, and this is pretty much, I think this is probably the last we'll see of her little prisoner that we met in issue 1, because he's saying, should we help her? And one of the refugees that she was friends with in issue 1 says, I mean, what do you propose we do? You've seen what they can do to her. What do you think they'll do to us? As they're loading her up, we get this flashback to a young Stellar and Umbra when they're first getting their spacesuits, and Umbra's pretty excited. He's obviously very energetic about this, and this is where they find out their code names. And Umbra loves his code name, but Stellar's not all that excited about it. She says, it's not my name, it's not who I am. But Umbra says, don't you get what all this means? We're gonna be heroes. We're gonna end the war. Now we're with Umbra, Apogee, and Aphelion, uh, and Umbra saying, our reunion is nearly complete. I had a good life, a full life. I've no desire to reunite, no desire to revisit past sins. But then there's him, Zenith, and we get this creepy looking kid just staring off into the corner there, you know? I'm not sure exactly why they're after him, but from what I've read, Zenith's a pretty twisted fuck. I mean, they're trying to find him, and I don't know if they're trying to find him from in the same way they're trying to find Stellar in order to possibly end whatever war they started, or if they're going after him personally, because we don't really get all that much information in this one, but you know, we get a lot more structure than we did in issue 1. And as they're trying to get off the planet, they get attacked by this giant monster. Just holy crap, this thing is freaking ugly. And it tears their ship apart with no effort at all. And while their ship is getting attacked, we get this flashback between Stellar and Umbra, in which it's after some kind of attack or some kind of battle, and Stellar's having a hard time dealing with it, and Umbra's trying to comfort her, saying, "There's nothing to be afraid of, Stellar. We're in this together, you know." And then Stellar says, "What about him? After how he hurt Aphelion, I think there's something wrong with him." And he's like, "Don't worry about Zenith. You've got us." And we see this, I guess that creepy kid, like, just digging his fingers into the eyes of a corpse, and this guy's got problems. And so Stellar wakes up after the attack and the mess of things, and she finds out that they're actually back at the train station where they were brought as kids to become these super soldiers. And she's like, "Not here, anywhere but home," you know. And like, I'm surprised she would call this home, you know, especially after with all the bad memories I would assume they had. And so as she's like trying to gather her bearings, the monster finds her, and she has no problem in taking it out. She flies directly towards it and just blows its head off, you know. But we're still getting this flashback where Stellar's saying, "I don't want anything they've done to us. I just want to be normal again. I want my old name, my old life." But Umbra's saying, "Don't you get it? This is who we are now, Stellar. This is what we do. There's no turning back." And look at this this page where Stellar takes out this monster. I mean, holy crap, the color blending of this issue is just, I love it. I'm absolutely loving Bret's artwork in this series. And then we see Zenith coming in saying, "He's right, you know, we're monsters now," and he's holding up the head in his hand, well, his hand in the head. It's just, and that smile, man, the first time I saw it, it just gave me chills. It just gave me the absolute creeps. And back in the present, after destroying the monster, Stellar is met with Umbra, who's obviously badly hurt. And while we get this more of a tender moment between them after the last issue and the whole fight in this issue, Umbra's talking to her, saying, "Why do you think we're here? For these creatures? Please, they couldn't hope to ding us. But after what happened, after what we did to him, I'm telling you, Stellar." And then he rolls over and we see his abdomen's just completely destroyed. I don't think he's gonna make it. And he says, "Zenith lives," and he remembers. And that face, it's I got chills the first time I read this, because he just looks so unsettling, and just what he's doing with that face, like Anyway, that's the end of this issue, and holy crap, guys, this is really getting somewhere. Like, we're really seeing what Stellar, Umbra, and the others are capable of, and if they're fighting against Zenith, who's possibly has the same powers as them, but you know, is kind of a little sick fuck, you know, like, where are we gonna go from there? I'm excited. I can't wait to see where we go from here. And so if you guys have any you know, theories or any thoughts of where this series could go, or what you'd like to see happen, you know, throw them down in the comments. I'd like to talk about it. And so that's the end of this video. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys liked it, and if you did, drop a like, show the love, hit that subscribe button to get more of my videos, ring the bell to get notifications of when I post new videos, so that way you guys stay updated and don't miss out. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.